Louisiana Beer Reviews Mike's Hard Lemonade can version. This is a 12-ounce can as opposed to the clear bottles that you find, which are 11.2 ounces. So it starts to add up, losing at 0.8 of an ounce each time you drink it. This flavored beer, it says right there, very nondescript in silver writing, flavored beer is crafted to remove gluten. It says it there, and doesn't say it's gluten free. It's crafted to remove gluten. So Mike's Hard Lemonade Company, been over 10 years since they started this. Rochester, New York, Memphis, Tennessee, La Crosse, Wisconsin, Waddell, Arizona, Hillside, New Jersey, and Cold Springs, Minnesota currently. So, I mean, it's got numerous contract brewers doing this for them. They say on their website and on the 12-pack packaging, they use fresh oranges that they squeeze, and there's some other process they do with the oranges. The lemons, the lemons, to get the juice and the essence, the zest. That's what they say. They zest them and squeeze them. And they use what they call bespoke yeast, a special handcrafted yeast for them. Premium malt beverage with natural flavors. They now their website is pretty detailed. Like, most people wouldn't read it because it would take you a long time. Their frequently asked questions go on and on. And it goes through all kind of stuff. Does it contain hops? It does contain hops, but it's brewed to remove the hops. It's brewed to remove everything, because they talk about their neutral beer, like a grain neutral spirit for liquor, but a neutral grain beer, basically. And they talk about this on Trader Joe's website too. They've taken a pale malt blend, basically, and some probably corn syrup, and they're brewing it and distilling it in a way that it's neutral. It's got no odor and no color. You say, well, who in the world would want to drink that? No one. But they adding the sugar. They say it on the website. We add sugar and then the lemons to give it the flavor. And with liquor, they're taking grain spirits, neutral, no aroma, no flavor, and they're adding, like, say, blended scotch. They're adding single malts, Speyside, some Isla, whatever they want to blend to give it the flavor. That's where the flavor's coming from. The body is going to come from the neutral spirits and maybe the alcohol, most of the alcohol. All right, so they're using a neutral base to make this. All right. But it is a beer. So you want your best bet, go with the cans, the 12-ounce cans. If you can find pint cans, okay, fine. But if you want to economize, stay away from the 11.2-ounce bottles and the 23.5-ounce bottles, because you're losing ounces every time you drink it. Now look at that. That's what happens when you take a grain neutral beer and you have no food coloring at it. It's going to be gray. Gray. Now, this is Mike's Hard, not Mike's Harder. Harder is 8%. Usually only in cans, although there are 12-ounce, 11.2-ounce bottles here and there. I thought I would get some tart lemonade in the nose, but I'm not getting anything. It's strange. A little bit of pale malt, but really, and I mean a little bit. So, like I said, strange. Let's go with the taste. Tart, sugary, sweet, lemony, and you get the lemon rind in the pulp. So I don't know how they're pulverizing the lemons, but they claim they specially picked lemons. Now, of course, it could be lemons that have turned and they're not suitable for grocery store produce section sales. They specially selected them to use in their process, if you live in Canada, process if you live south of the Canadian-U.S. border. But you know what I'm saying. So, but it's fine. The mic's hard. Seltzers seem to be taking the world by storm, and that this new seltzer fad, which I guess is going to last forever. There's the mic's harder for those who want to really, knock them back. But actually, the 8% holds the flavors together better, I think. And then we got the hard, the standard version, 5%. Their headquarters in Chicago, Illinois. It's just a corporate office. It's not. But they don't have their own breweries. They simply contract it out, much like J&B Scotch, going back to Scotch. Just Ernie and Brooks, they don't have their own distilleries, really. They just say to these different people, look, we want this Scotch to be like this. Or they say, oh, yeah, we can do that. So it's a common practice. It's not as unusual as you may think. One thing I'm noticing, it's not as, well, there's not going to be any head of foam or lacing, so don't even think about that. It's not a traditional beer. One thing I'm pleased about, it's not super sugary sweet like you may believe. It's sweet, it's sugary, but it's not overdone. Some of these flavored beers are mind-bogglingly sweet. And it's off-putting. This is balanced. Now, hop bitterness, well, forget that. That doesn't play a role here. They even say on the website they crafted to remove the hops. Does that comply with the U.S. government's legal provisions? I think those provisions are designed to make sure hop producers get a piece of the action and the people are buying their hops, so they're using it to develop the beer. It just may not be present in the final process, but the hop growers are selling the product to the beer company, so they've already made their sale. Why would they care? So this one doesn't use food coloring. It's all natural flavoring. Is it dynamite, super great, exploding plastic, inevitable? It's not like that, but it's... If you were looking to drink a flavored beer, and I wouldn't be looking to do that, I bought the 12-pack. Okay, I'll admit it, because the price wasn't really too bad. And I said, cans? Well, check it out. Now, I might be able to track down the Mike's Harder 12-pack. Could happen. I've seen the Four Loko 12-pack. You say, oh, you're loco. There's no Four Loko 12-packs. Well, there certainly is. Wouldn't recommend it, but they exist. 12 to 14%. I get the feeling that this company has tweaked the product over the years. Seems to me, when I first tried this years ago, and I never regularly drank it, so that could be a factor, but it seems to me that it used to be much more sugary and a little less refined. Like they might have said, well, let's round it out a little bit, make it a little more balanced and whatever, and I think they have. It's not too garish. Does it taste like lemonade? It does kind of taste like lemonade, but less sweet. Now, if you're into like really super sweet lemonades, it's not going to work for you. Cold, hard, refreshing. Well, I have it pretty cold. It's not, I mean, it's 5% hard. I guess it is, opposed to no alcohol lemonade. It would be hard. More refreshing. You see, this is what's making me think they've changed it. They adjusted a few things on here. More refreshing than ever. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Let's think about that for a minute. More refreshing than ever. I don't recall that being one of the old ones. So that's telling me in an oblique manner that they have changed it. More refreshing than ever. Meaning more refreshing than it ever was in its previous incarnations. Yes, I think I'm narrowing it down. pretty well. It is a new label, certainly, showing the lemons in the background. If you like hard lemonade beer-based products, obviously summertime poolside type thing, that's why they got the 12 packs hitting the shelves now. Guess Mathern's has these. They must have these. They sell so many flavored beers there. I just found this at Circle K. I'm going to be on the look. I'm going to be scouting. I'm going to do some field studies this week. Yeah, if you like these kind of things, I think it's going to be a winner. On the hop scale, Cyclops, I mean, if it's a 1 out of 5, it's a lot, but it ain't. So forget bitterness. On the tartness scale, which doesn't exist on Cyclops, it would be 3 out of 5 tartness units, which really not as tart as you think. Sweetness, it's dialed back now. Say 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. So maybe 8 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, it would have been 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. So yes, there's been some refinement now. As I read this list, there's a much larger contract brewer group doing their products all over, out west, up north, down south. So got all 3 regions of the U.S., north, south, and west. So hey, well, I think Mike's is setting the world on fire, along with a lot of other people. A whole lot of fire starters with the girl. All right, so Barrymore. So Les Bon Ton Relais, it is actually pretty balanced. So I'm curious. I wouldn't say I'm excited necessarily, but I'm curious to try the black cherry, the mango, and there's a fourth one, the strawberry. Yeah, be curious to try those, I guess. So Les Bon Ton Relais, an interesting product. I'll score it. I'll give about a 92 out of 100. A minus, a 92. It's not most excellent, but it's excellent. So A minus, 92 out of 100. Maybe that's too high of a score, but I guess it's fine. So I'm going to end this review by saying, Les Bon Ton Relais, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.